Things get a little different this year, obviously. What's it been like working with a mostly new set of quarterbacks?
I've been here for most of the summer. All of them have, or everyone's been here since the summer. Some people, obviously, Ricky, basically all the time I've been here. But it's just different. Obviously, Ted's not back there, so I mean, regardless, it's going to be different. But I think they're all progressing. They're all progressing well. I think they're all definitely pushing each other, competing. So I think it's just good competition, really.
How comfortable does it make you feel to be back behind an offensive line that is almost entirely back?
Great. I feel like it's probably the best position I could be in, best position that the quarterback could be in too. Pretty much everyone's coming back skill-wise, O-line-wise. So from an RB perspective and just experience, it's amazing.
And late last year, you got a receiving touchdown, had a couple of nice catches along the sideline today. How excited are you to be integrated into the passing game this year?
Excited. I've been a part of it before. I just hope that probably part of it some more. But yeah, I'm however Coach Haig wants to give me the ball, I'm all for it. So.
You've had a lot of success in your career. You've been an all-MIAA guy all 3 years. Just, what's kind of been to that? How were you able to step on immediately? And what do you want to do this year, maybe
This year, last year, just giving my all. I definitely just have some personal goals, but just playing in this league for, I guess, going on year 4 now. It's been success. We've had okay years, good years, but I feel like we know what we need to do to win here ultimately, and I just think we want to eventually take that next step for real.
Thanks.
Sweet.
Appreciate it.
You got it.
Now, how much in this part of practice, obviously everybody loves to catch passes, but how much do you have to focus on the blocking aspect of what you do to integrate into this offense?
Yeah, it's day 3. We got to put the pads on today, pop the pads a little bit. So that's a fun part about being the tight end. Get to be a little versatile, go out, run a route, catch a ball, and then come back in and block a DN and block a linebacker.
Coach was on the freshmen a little bit about raising their expectations. How do you help them raise their own level as a guy who's been through this before and knows what the expectation and standard is?
Yeah, as a young guy coming in, we understand, their heads are spinning a little bit. Everyone here is held to such a high standard, so we do our best to keep that standard high. It starts at the coaches, Coach Higgins, Coach Kitzman over the summer, and then it's passed on down to the players, and we need to continue to help the freshmen out who are, things are a little crazy for them right now.
What's the relationship like with Coach Goodman as he coaches you guys and the running backs?
I've been with Coach Goodman for a long time, so we've been able to build a little bit of trust with one another. Things that I'm seeing on the field, we can come back and communicate it, and maybe, if we have a disagreement on something, then we can always come to terms. And the goal is always to be on the same page, so that way we can execute in our offense.
So, it's called an S-back here, but you're basically a tight end. What's it like now? Think about the way football's evolved and kind of the star line, the star that you give from being tight end, whether it's Kittle, Kelsey, all that stuff. Just kind of how does that all work?
Yeah, tight end's such a fun position. You got to be the guy that brings the energy. Like I said, it's versatile and super fun to play, especially with our style of offense. We get to spread it out and throw it around a little bit. It's really a good time.
Thank you, sir. Billy Ross Jr. brings a lot of experience back to the running back position for you guys, and a guy that you've been integrating into the passing game as well as the run game. What does he bring to the table for you this year in the backfield?
Billy's just he's a smart player. He's a hard worker, tough kid, smart kid. So he just brings all the intangibles and talent. He just brings everything. Total package, running back, can do it all. Obviously with his experience, that's massively important too. Teaching the younger guys, the guys that aren't as experienced in the meeting rooms, and one thing he's done a great job of this offseason is taking a step as a leader and showing guys how to be an Emporia State Hornet at a high level.
I'm assuming most of those same things will hold true for Tommy Zimmerman, an all-conference guy that stepped up and was a very big part of the pass game last year. What strengths does he bring to that stinger back room?
Same thing. He's a tough player. He's played a lot of football for us. I think got started as a redshirt freshman. Halfway through the season, had to grow up quick, and I think that's one thing he's able to reiterate to these other guys is the ability to make sure you're ready because you don't know when your time might come. So he does a great job also being a leader and just demonstrating what we ask our players to be, not just as football players, but as men within the program.
Well, you mentioned that being able to step up when the time is ready. At some of the other offensive positions, offensive line, and certainly in the wide receiving core, there's a lot of experience back from last year. You've got a lot at the top. but in terms of building up that depth, how do you guys feel like you are building up depth at stinger back and running back?
We feel good. We got young guys. Like I said, it's not a lot of experience. Can't hide from that. But guys care. They're bought into the program, which is one major step with it, and they're putting in the work. Just doing things after practice, before practice, asking questions with each other to learn, and then just getting reps out here during camp. Those guys just got to get force fed a lot of reps and take the most of their opportunity when they get it. And I trust everybody in the position rooms to make the best of their opportunities when they arise.
We talked about it before. It's your 14th training camp, not all of them here.
Yeah.
So is there anything special about this one, or anything that you have memory of it?
Man, it's just different. I feel like this is the first time. It doesn't feel like it's too much at times. It's camp. You enjoy it. You don't want to be the guy like, oh, I'm tired. I think you just got to have a positive attitude and enjoy it, because it's what we all chose to do. All of us coaches, players, you chose to be out here. A lot of things we could be doing sitting in, behind a desk, but, we will be out here working and, being around the game of football we all love. So.
Appreciate it, Coach. Thank
Yep.
you. All right, Coach, so a running game here at Emporia State, and you got a big returner back in the backfield in Billy Ross Jr., and a guy that even was able to get split out wide and make a couple of nice catches. Defense said he was out, offense said he was in, but what did you see out of Billy Ross Jr., and how excited are you to have him?
Well, head coach being an offensive guy is probably in. But no, Billy is the type of back we want in our system. He's very versatile. He's a 6-year guy. So another one of those players that I talked about Tyler yesterday. He just understands everything about our offense, but also just understands about just habits. And he's grown so much here as a player. All conference back, does a great job in pass protection. Can catch the football, like I said, can run routes, and then also is patient as a running back.
Well, and another guy that really stepped in to the passing game last year was Tommy Zimmerman, one of your top receivers back, and all-conference year at stinger back. What are you most excited about his continued development?
Well, I think really I trust Tommy, just like I trust Billy and Tyler, and those guys know that they got to come out here and they have to practice at a high level every day, and they have to have great habits. Now, the question mark is, with both those positions, is who is the next guy up? Because somebody's going to be one play away from playing multiple reps that they have not played since they've been here. And there's some guys like Lance Hoffsummer's doing a really good job. He really is. He played quarterback last year, and we moved him midway through the season. He's been nothing but a team player, first class. He's getting better. I think Max Middleton is showing, I thought he had a great practice today, honestly. If I noticed anybody offensively, I noticed Max Middleton today. So, but Tommy is a guy that can just bring so much. Again, he is a typical stinger back for us. We can split him out. He can run routes. He's also 235 pounds, so we can put him in the core. He can go up and ISO a linebacker. And those are the things we got to have from him.
One thing I've always thought is very interesting in sports is the bridge of trust. How you get from where you are when you come in to the point where Coach Higgins says, well, now I trust you. And obviously you start that as a freshman, and that process starts at training camp. What do freshmen need to try to get out of the first few days at camp? They move into shells. They've got extra padding on for the first time today, and they are trying to digest a lot of information that you guys are throwing at them. What's the steps that they take to get to the point where Coach Higgins comes out and says, I trust this guy?
Yeah. Well, first off, as freshmen, it's going to be baby steps, the true freshman. I thought offensively today, our true freshmen, we just didn't execute very well. Really basic stuff. It's just like I tell them after practice. I told him yesterday, we have nothing going on but football. So we have to take some responsibility ourselves. We're not going to get very many reps. We need to make sure that we get a quality rep. We need to make the best of our reps, and then as far as gaining that trust as they progress through camp. Even on scout team, we evaluate. We talk about them down there on scout team when they do that, because they're going to have to, 98% of these guys are going to be redshirted. But the springtime, when that gets here, we're going to have spring football. They're going to have to show progress. So that's, to me, is how they gain trust from me, is showing progress out on the field, being able to do the right thing, being able to pick up the defense or offense, and then also being able to do the things necessary off the field. You know, they come to college now, they're an adult, all right? Their mother, father, or whoever's taking care of them is not going to be there. So, like, they need to show us that they can have that, that they're an accountable adult, you know, so they can gain trust that way too. So that's kind of the process. And a lot of the guys now, the 6-year guys, they could teach our young guys exactly all the steps necessary to gain that trust. I mean, that's it. I was on a roll right there. So, like,